back with another episode of Brew Your Mind.
Man, I never know how it's going to go with this intro. It's always so different.
I was going to slow it down for those people that listen to our podcast at times 2 speed. It'd still sound normal to them, because, they try to get through really quick. So we could just go the whole episode like that, but we're not. But hey,
my Lord,
welcome back, everybody, to the podcast where we drink coffee and beer and you can just sit back and listen to us ramble about what's on our minds. I'm Justin.
Oh, yeah. And what it is.
What it is.
What's up?
What's up?
I am Jesse. Thank you guys for joining us and listening in. It's been a beautiful week here, Justin, here in Alaska. As a little reminder, let's fill in anyone who has never listened to us before. I'm over here in Alaska, and Justin is over there in the Florida. I mean, that is pretty diverse of a geographically anyway. Of the different. You down there on the white beaches. I'm up here with the rugged mountains. The Nordic blood is coming out.
Less diverse than we were when it was England Icelandic.
Well,
Alaska. I mean,
maybe.
I guess, yeah. I mean, it was maybe
geographically.
Yeah,
though.
true.
You're down there on the beaches.
But now
you down there in the trenches.
Now we're only 3 hours apart when we were 9.
You're down there with Florida man.
Florida
man.
You
know what I'm saying? You're down there ducking and dodging in the Walmart. I'm just trying to come down here and get me something to drink. It's hot outside in Florida. I got to deal with Florida man out here.
Speaking of drink, what do you got?
Man, this time, it's a little early in the day for me. Let's see. I don't even know what time it is. 2:30, 2:40?
Yeah.
But I got myself a beer here, brother. I got myself this.
Tell me
all about camera. It's Pacifico.
Ooh.
It's a cerveza, brother,
Yeah.
Pacifico Clara. So I put a little lime juice in it.
Ooh, set that sucker out to 11.
Yeah, that's right, brother. Put that oat milk in it. So
don't put oat milk in the cerveza, Jesse.
I got tired of drinking that White Claw a little bit. I'd like to change it. So my favorite beers are I love Mexican beers. They're right up top. I mean, I love Corona, Modelo, Dos Equis, whatever.
There's no better beer to have
so
on
good.
a beach either than like a Corona or a Mexican beer. I find that to be the best beer that you could have on a beach because I don't know, something about it, man. Something.
It's great.
Man.
So I just took a sip of it. Man, I don't know. It's
you love it.
It's pretty great. I'd give it a solid 10, honestly, because I'm not much of a beer snob, though. I say that.
That's fair.
I like Coors Light.
Yeah.
I like PBR.
Dude, I love me some PBR.
I like Guinness a lot. Guinness is like way up there at the top too. So
yeah, you said you mentioned the White Claws. Have you tried like any of the other seltzers? Like I have Corona seltzers in the fridge right now, which are really good.
Ooh.
I don't know if you tried any other because I know like Natty Light has one and all that kind of stuff.
The only one I've tried is the Truly one, and I don't like that one.
I haven't tried that one. Okay.
Just skip it. Skip it. I always drink the White Claw. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I always say.
You have a favorite flavor White Claw?
Here. No, I'm drinking that. I got a lemon one next to me right now. That's what's next on the drink after this beer.
That.
Maybe if I get through this one.
You'll get through it because we have a lot to talk about. Before we dive into any of that, I have myself here a banana bread beer. Look at that in the camera.
What?
It is
banana bread
beer from Eagle Brewery. This Eagle Brewery is way up in. Oh, it's a UK beer. I didn't know that. It followed me here. We got a UK beer. I thought it was Massachusetts, but that's just where it's imported. So shout out to Eagle Brewery down in Bedford in the UK. Solid 5.2%. Little can. It's not actually a 12 ounce. It's 11.2, so it's a little bit smaller. But yeah, banana bread beer. Let's pop that.
Pop a top again.
Yeah, try a sip.
Man, see what you think about that. Meanwhile, I'm going to prep myself for what we're about to talk about.
Whoa.
So we got some notes here.
The banana's strong. It almost tastes like those hard candies that you get. Were they called Runts? Maybe they were fruit, but there was like a banana one. And
oh yeah.
It tastes like that little banana candy. And like the beer taste is kind of subtle. It's surprisingly good. It just tastes like bananas. It's weird. I'll give it 7.5 because it's a little weird, and I probably can only drink one of these. But Yeah, you're pulling stuff up, man. Because who knows what we're going to talk about. I figured I'd catch up with you because I haven't talked to you since the last time we had a pod. You know, been texting here and there. What's been new for you? Anything been good?
Man.
What's been popping? You've been posting nice pictures.
Been...
Tell me, just, hey, fill me in. Fill the people in.
Bruh, let me tell you what. This has been a great week of success and momentum. Bro, that scared me to death. Sound like a daggum pistol going off out there. You doing some desk pop in there. You're so excited. Pow, pow. Yeah. So it's been a great week, man. So I got myself a new computer.
Yes.
So I upgraded from my 2013 iMac, which is great, but doesn't handle video editing super well when I get into the weeds with it. So I got a 2017 Mac Pro. It's like a little tower. It looks like a trash can. Okay. Small little thing. So then I just bought this huge 32-inch monitor. I'm looking at it right now. I wish I could show you, but it's this huge.
That's awesome, dude.
Huge monitor on my desk now. So I got to sell my iMac eventually to someone. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Buy it.
It's good. It's just, it bogs down when you get into some like heavy video editing.
Yeah,
like really like detailed stuff. Yeah, but hey, if you want it, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, dog, I'm buy from you.
For real.
What else you got?
There we go.
So it's, what was the size of the screen that you had?
27-inch iMac,
okay, so
which is still huge. Yeah, the 27 was already big enough, but it was either get like a 23 or 25 or something at Best Buy, I forget what it was, but then it was like get a 32, and I was like, wow, might as well get that 32 instead of having two monitors. I just got one huge one, so. Great week. And then, so Canon had announced their new, they got a couple new cameras coming out. So they got the Canon. So I have the Canon R right now. It's a mirrorless camera for all you camera nerds out there listening. They just announced this. And this is like huge this week. All right. How can I explain what this is to, like, you know how big it is whenever the PS5 or something, or like when the, like an iPhone, when the iPhone came out, basically. It's like this huge leap of an upgrade of a camera. They announced this one is called the R5. So they're starting shipping that on July 30th, I think. Maybe.
Is there a wait list? Did you get on it?
Well, I wasn't going to buy one. I really wanted to because I've been like talking to Katie about this camera. Yeah, I was like, man, this camera will do like everything I wanted to do. It's got stabilization inside of the camera, so you know how GoPro looks really smooth.
Yeah.
It has that inside. So all the footage looks smooth, and it shoots 4K, like super slow-mo in 120 frames per second, which you have a phone. You can shoot 120,
yeah.
But the resolution, you can tell, if you switch over to slow-mo, you can tell the resolution gets lower.
Yeah.
This camera keeps that 4K resolution at 120 frames per second, so that's going to be amazing. All this stuff, whatever. And I was like, man, this camera would do everything I want. And then I came home one day, and Katie's like, I ordered that camera for you. And I was like, what? I thought she was joking until she showed me a screenshot of the pre-order. And I'm not going to, man, it's a hefty price. You want to know how much it is?
Oh, I saw it on Twitter. When you posted it.
Just for the body. Yeah, just for the body alone, it is $3,900. No lens. So I already have lenses for it.
No lens.
It's the same. Yeah. But this camera's going to be 10. I bet 10 years I could use it.
Dude, that's so
probably.
Awesome, man. That is so awesome. I'm happy and excited that you got
Katie.
that, dude. That's exciting.
Oh, man.
Stuff.
So hopefully it'll get here the first week or so in August. So I've been hyped on that. It's been great weather. Work has been busy. And then I've been jumping in. Shout out to, if you never watch a YouTube video, if you want some entertaining dudes to watch it that do like a lot of workout stuff, Buff Dudes. You've seen them,
Buff
right?
Dudes. Yeah, I had a workout plan.
Buff Dudes on YouTube. Buff Dudes. They're great. They're hilarious. And I've been jumping back in with them and doing some like weight lifting this week. And I've been perpetually sore, but like I feel really productive and good. So
nice.
Been a lot more fun than doing just jogging. So
yeah.
Pretty wild week, man.
Dude.
Now I'm drinking this beer.
That is, dude. That is some positive energy right there. That is just that's awesome to hear from you too, I mean, especially like, the times where like work kind of bogs you down or something like that. And then you have like a couple weeks like this where you're just like, nothing can slow me down. Momentum's high.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good. And I tell you what, that reminds me of, and I'll get into, what's been new with me and all that, but that reminds me like the positive energy and whatnot. I actually listened to a Joe Rogan podcast the other day. I never listened to the guy. I don't know why. I never could get into him. Never really gave him a try. So, in this road trip, and I'll talk about that, but looked up Joe Rogan, and it was the episode with Kevin Hart. And
what a good one.
That was a really good episode. I mean, Kevin Hart, I'm going to start he's got a book on Audible where he's like narrating his book and whatnot, like him being like a life coach, because I don't know, Kevin Hart, you see him as a comedian, but you hear him actually talk. He's actually pretty damn motivating too. Like he gets me pretty fired up. So he mentioned like how life is, you just got to view it as like a game, and you're just trying to win it, and you're not trying to compete against anybody else. You could care less about the person next to you and what they're striving for or anything like that. That's not how you play the game. You play the game by trying to do the best that you can and win at your own life. And like viewing it like that, I was like, man, I never viewed my life as a game. That's silly. But then like when you think about it, it's like, yeah, there's goals you reach for. Like you're trying to get to the next level. You're trying to complete that level and move on to the next one. And I just feel like kind of viewing it like that is kind of like motivated me more to like just keep pushing myself, keep grinding, and knowing like there's actual end goal eventually. I don't know. It's interesting. I rambled on a little bit.
I feel like that's a good way to look at it. If it's all about keeping that healthy perspective on life, on everything. So I feel like sometimes, everyone gets in the weeds. They get competitive and comparing themselves with other people. And I do it too. I've done it countless times, especially in the Air Force. I feel like I don't succeed very much at all and whatever. So I try to look at myself where I'm at, look at the improvements I've been doing, even though they're small to some people, because some people are just insane, insanely like go-getter, at some things. So it's easy in the Air Force specifically to compare yourself with other people because you have all these awards sessions going on, or these EPRs, these annual evaluations going on, and and then you're always average, like right in the middle.
Which those annual evaluations are basically racking and stacking everyone and comparing everyone. So I mean, you hit that right on the bullseye.
Yeah, so I've never been one of the highest rated at all, and I remember early on it would always feel like it was just doing damage to me, like that I had to go through this process and be reminded that I'm doing good, I'm fine, but not anything greater than that. And that's fine. I'm not a go-getter with the Air Force. I'm not out volunteering doing all this crazy stuff. I'm not going to school, whatever. I'm not playing that game. But then sometimes, a few years ago, especially with me and you, Justin, like best friends, you were like succeeding on that Air Force game, right? And I was never like playing the game. But then when the results would come back, it'd be like, damn, I'm not feeling as good as I felt about myself all of a sudden. And then you have to take a step back and realize like that's only one small part that you're, and then I started to view every other little part outside of the Air Force or whatever successes that I've had. What am I learning about? What am I doing? There's a lot of great achievements I've done on my own, like learning about video editing and doing it and actually sticking with it is a big thing because I see a lot of people try and then they quit. But, I'm not getting rated on those things, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I see the improvements I'm doing, and I can see where I started, and now I can see how much I know about it. So
it's just your life.
It's just like you said. Yeah, it's like you view it as I'm not going to compare myself to anyone else around me because it's like you said, it's like a game. And you just got to better yourself. You're the main number one player. You're player one. Everyone else is an NPC. You don't know what they're doing.
Dude, that's it. It's a single player game. That's it. It's not multiplayer. You're not competing against anyone else. It's your own game. You do your own story. And you go to sleep to save the progress because you don't want it to lose progress in case you have like a restart or something like that. You got to go to sleep.
Got to do that auto save.
You got to have the auto save.
I mean, even in the gym this week, man, I got back into doing barbell squats. I'm so weak, and I wasn't about to. I was thinking, I was like, man, I was putting these weights up on there, and it was like baby weight. And I was like, man, but then I was like, I ain't going to think about what.
Hell yeah.
I don't, so I was just like, I'm just going here and knock out these
you
sets. And I'll get up to that. I'll get up there.
Hell yeah.
You know, I ain't got to worry about anyone saying, you know, whatever, you're only squatting this much. And I mean, relatively, it's very, very little. But
Dude, that used
I don't care. I did it.
They used to crush me. Like that was like one of the number one reasons why like I'd stop go to the gym or I wouldn't go to the gym was just because I was ashamed of myself in the gym and like the weights that I would throw on there. And it's just like it got to a point like not everyone starts off, you know, with those big hitters or whatever. But you got to start somewhere. And who cares what other people are thinking about you in the gym or, you know, watching anything. It doesn't matter. It's your body.
That's true.
You're working on your own body. So who cares about those plebs, you know, that are, you know, doing 100-pound dumbbells and just squat and all that. No, forget that.
Nah, I never did care. That's one good thing. I remember when me and you were going to the gym a lot, like in the morning, you were always like
wear the slides.
lifting way heavier. I wear them slides. You were always lifting like way heavier, but I never let it bother me because I was like, I don't care. I'm here. I showed up. I'm doing the same thing.
That's it.
You know?
There. Oh, you're there. That's right. People need to hear that. As long as you're there, you're good.
Yeah.
The results will come, man. Play the game.
Yeah, just
play your own game. Stay in your own lane. Damn it.
You know?
Gets me fired up.
We're not all built the same.
That's
we got
it.
different.
That's it.
We got different strengths and weaknesses, and you just got to remind yourself. Like in the Air Force, they grade you on an even plane.
Yep.
And they assume everyone has the same strengths and same weaknesses. Not the case.
Mm-mm.
Some people will succeed in this career. Mm-hmm. Not me. Not naturally. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Some people just have that passion to do that thing. You know, and then there's some people that just want to. I don't know. Do what I do, I guess. Be different. But it's like, it's just a different, don't let that get you down, those evaluations and stuff. Just recognize your own milestones that you're doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Pay attention to what you got going on in your own life. Because, I mean, I just shared Instagram pictures that Jesse took and put on Instagram not too long ago because, I mean, they are ridiculous. Dude, you got a talent with that stuff, man. Like, seriously. Everything that you put out and share, like, it just makes me think a couple times. It's like, is he just sharing, you know, a picture he saw or something like that? But then it's one that you took, and it's like, dude, you are from where you didn't used to get into photography at all, man. Back at Scott, you would never like take pictures like this or anything, and now like you're like this is some professional level stuff, and now you got a professional level camera to go with this, dude. The world is your seahorse, and you're about to choo on that train track, dog. Let's go, let's go. All right, so listen. Dude, something happened last weekend, and I purchased a vehicle 8 years after I purchased that one back in Keesler. Finally. It's because...
Hey, you know what?
What's up?
I want to say I'm proud of you for, you know, this whole time keeping that same vehicle.
Yeah, man.
That's great, man. I love when people will keep a vehicle for a long time because that's just being financially smart.
Yeah, man.
So... You know, I don't know.
So
I'm just
I still got that. I still got that, baby. The reason I jumped on this 4Runner was it was everything I finally looked for. I mean, I've been looking at 4Runners for the last year and a half, just like, you know, falling asleep to them, waking up to them.
Yeah.
Just finally wanting one, but it just hasn't arrived. So, you know, instead of, you know, pouring thousands of dollars in rental cars, why don't I put that forward, you know, a new car? So yeah, got my 4Runner finally. So excited. I actually bought it out of a dealership in Orlando. So not only did I purchase this house via online, I did the same thing on my vehicle. So it was great. I mean, the car salesman drove about 5 hours up, met me. I drove 2 hours. We met. I guess we're 7 hours away from each other. So kind of met in the middle, not really more towards my direction. But she pulled up with the 4Runner, and then we just did all the paperwork in the back of it. And 30 minutes after, I drove off in it.
Man, it's wild.
It's crazy. I mean, that you can actually do this stuff, you know, and just show up and, you know, like my pre-approved loan. Here you go. Here's the money. Here's the check, and then you just drive off. No big deal,
dude.
But yeah, super excited. It's fantastic. I took it up to Georgia. Had to go get the fam, bring them back. But so I like taking road trips early in the morning, just so you know I can knock it out. So I left early, 2:30 in the morning. I felt good. Had like 6 hours of sleep. I was fine, you know. I had a cup of coffee and then I went out the door. But I also got an energy drink, and the one I got is Bang, and I never had Bang energy drink before because they didn't have it in the UK. So while I was in the UK, everyone was talking good about it, like Bang energy drink. It's a new thing, you know, like it's delicious, you know, it really gets you going. So I grabbed one, right? I was like, let's see what this is about. I drink it. It's delicious. It's great. It's fantastic. And I'm like to the midway point. It's like 5 hours into this road trip, like 2.5 to go. I'm getting closer to Atlanta. And that's when like my face gets all fuzzy. And like the back of my neck gets all fuzzy. And then my arms get all tight. My calves are getting all tight. And then I get nauseous. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? I'm not nervous. I'm just going to go see the fam, surprise them. But I didn't have any breakfast. So maybe it was empty stomach. And then the energy drink mixed in. But for the rest of the day, I was so nauseous. And I felt the anxiety just building up. Like I just had to scream, but I couldn't. It was weird. Dude, it was so weird. I never felt like this before. That's my energy drink story. Don't drink Bang energy drinks. No, but like I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't be around food the rest of the day. Otherwise, I'd get nauseous and like have to like, dude, I messed up my whole day. I could not believe it.
Do you drink energy drinks much?
Not much anymore. Like there would be the time, we'd work on a night shift, like I'd drink like the white monsters or something like that. Like one, to get me through the night, but I don't know if Bang is just crazier than a monster or the combination of me not having breakfast and dude, it got to the point like when I was hitting traffic, like I was like spazzing out, like freaking out, like, oh my gosh, I don't want to hit someone because, like, I don't know. I stopped at a rest area. I tried to walk around and I was getting all dizzy. I'm like, dude, I'm not even going to make it. What is this road trip? What am I going to do? I'm going to freak out. So I didn't know, man. I didn't know. So never again will I drink Bang energy drinks. But, yeah, I hung up there for the weekend and then actually went top golfing for the first time. You ever been top golfing, Jesse? It's like that driving range with targets.
Driving range?
Yeah.
I don't think I have.
We're gonna go because it's a good time.
I went with you to do a driving range at one time.
That's right. Yeah, dude, that was so fun.
At Scott.
Yeah. But yeah, this is my I always wanted to go top golfing because I was just like a driving range where you get to go for targets and you can drink some beer or eat some food while you're doing it. So I was excited, but guess what? I really sucked. That was not that fun because I sucked. But the worst part about it was that Georgia humidity was starting to get to my palms, right? So I'm like on my 20th shot and I'm like, this one's it. I'm really excited about this shot. I'm really going to put everything into it. I hit the backswing. Backswing looks good. I follow through, hit the ball, nice. It's a beautiful contact, Jesse. I tell you what, it's probably one of my best. Contact, and I follow through, it looks good, and all of a sudden I look up, and the golf club slips out of my hands. And the golf club goes about 30 yards. I swear, it goes 30 yards up in the air and out. And I'm like, and we have people on both sides of us, and I got like Top Golf cleaners to the left, cleaning up a table, and I'm just like, I'm in shock, because I just threw a golf club, dude. And it almost went further than the ball, but I told him I was guys, I threw the golf club. Can I get another one? And they were super cool about it. I was expecting them to be like, "Hey, what's your problem? Why are you throwing golf clubs?" No, they weren't like that at all. So they gave me a new club and everything was good to go. So it's great.
Oh Lord,
it's great. We're back in Florida.
That's amazing.
We're united. It feels so good. It's super sunny. Had some awful thunderstorms yesterday. I tell you what, man. From coming to the UK and never seeing thunderstorms like that for like the last 4 years, and then coming here and just like half a day of storms and downpour. It's just weird. Not used to it. So it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
It's good.
I just looked at myself.
Have you started work yet?
Oh, that's an excellent question, Jesse. Thank you for asking that question.
I don't even know.
I am in the process of switching to night shift. So, I'm trying to stay up all night and sleep during the day because my first shift is tomorrow night. Working those good Panama 12s like you, Jesse. Finally. But it's cool. Like, I actually saw my schedule next month, and it looks super chill. Like, compared to the 5-day work weeks that you have to do, Panama seem kind of dope. I'm pretty excited for them, Hey. We'll see what happens. I can hear
I mean, I'm glad you're optimistic about it because, like, I don't like 12-hour shifts. The whole day is spent. You come back, you got like burping. You got like 2 hours maybe. You got enough time to eat dinner and hang out.
Yeah.
And then you got to go to sleep. You got to go sleep quick or else you're going to be sleep deprived. And then you go right back. It just feels like you live there for like a short stint. And then you're like, well, I'm done. Now time to... I don't know. I'm just being negative because I'm so sick of. Is your place Monday through Friday, or is it all days?
It's
like 7 days.
Yeah, it's 7 days. So it's that 3
So
on,
like
2
here.
off, 2 on, 2 off. Yeah, just like what you've been doing. So yeah, I know that. I know the days that you work. It's like, well, you work and that's basically it. Maybe like gym, eat, sleep, and that's it. But I mean, then I try to look at the bigger picture. Like, okay, this month I'm only working 14, 15 days out of the month compared to what I would be working on a 5-day, like 28 day or 20, 30 day. I don't know. So I try to look at the bigger picture, and we're going to crush it. You know what I'm saying? Because me and you, we're going to take over the world. You're going to come down to Savannah and then you're going to bring on the new camera and then you're going to take some sweet pictures with the new camera and then we're going to take the drone. We're going to go flying on the white beach and we're going to drink some White Claws and some Coronas and we're going to have a good old time. Let's go, baby. Oh Woo! I'm wearing this sick Embrace Your Journey t-shirt. Shout out Tev and Crown Supply. This shirt is sick.
Oh, wow.
Feels super soft. It looks awesome. I love the logos on the sleeve. Look at that, people. Look at that. Make sure you guys go to crownsupply.store.com. # not an ad.
I love that. I'm wearing this also a guy out of Georgia. Shout out to Elijah. This guy used to play, he was in a different band back in the day that kind of toured with us for a little bit when I was doing band days. Then years later, he started the little clothing company, or actually started out doing like rings, making rings from scratch out of state quarters.
Oh, no,
really cool.
I saw things like that on Etsy maybe.
So he's out of Atlanta right now, so I don't have any of his rings or anything. I don't like wearing rings. But I got a ton of his shirts. So I got this one on here. It says, y'all.
Nice. Nice.
So shout out. It's In God We Must. Maybe we'll throw a link in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's not sponsored at all, neither of them. But, hey, we love them. We love y'all.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm a huge supporter of, like, small things like that. Forget Hollister. Forget Nike. No. I love the smaller stuff, and then you and I think you're working on a little project to get some Brew Your Mind stuff going, right? You know what I'm saying? Some
yeah,
Velcro,
so
maybe?
I know we've been talking about merch and stuff, so I think I just got to get someone to design some stuff that we both like, and then set up a website, and then what I want to do as well. So since we're both in the military, I think we should keep that military type branding and. So I think I'm going to get us some custom patches made very soon.
Yeah.
It's only going to be about 50 that I'm going to make this first time around. So as soon as I have them and whatever, then we're going to send it out. And once they're all sold, that's it. And then we'll make another. We'll probably, if these do well, we'll make another round. They're just going to be a limited supply. We're not going to do order and then keep making them. I'm just going to have them made once and... we can always get another round made as well. We'll have the design. So I thought that'd be cool. Just throw in everyone's backpacks or whatever. And then we've got a couple. We've actually got a few. I've got a few design ideas for T-shirts and maybe some hats very soon. Starting off small. So the only thing is we just gotta set up a little store and make it look all cool, cohesive. So. That'll be coming soon. I know we keep saying that, but life takes over. Work is busy, and I don't know what I'm doing with any of this. So
that's right. It's new.
Actually, I should reach out to Tev and get maybe some good info on what he uses. Like how did he do his website stuff?
Because he crushed it. I think he reached out to someone. I don't know. He did a plug for them on Instagram. So Tev, we're gonna reach out to you. We're gonna slide into your DMs because you're bae. So keep up the good work. So I think that's all the catch up. What do you want to talk about today, Jesse?
Dude, I think I saw you throw in the notes a little fun subject idea. I don't know if I don't think we talked about it before. The thinking about the car.
Yeah.
What am I trying to say?
The car stereotypes.
Car stereotypes. So, like, if you have a certain car, what is it? What it says about you, and this and that. And here's what's interesting that you brought that up. This week, we went. Me and Katie and Kyle and a few other friends. We went and did some axe throwing.
Saw that. It looked awesome.
At my first throw, I nailed it.
Of course,
and I was
did.
like, "Holy crap,
dude!" You're so.
Well, you think it's a lot harder. You see people online, you're like, oh, man, they're so sick. They must have been practicing. But it really wasn't that bad, honestly.
Just a flick of the wrist.
Yeah, because they're weighted. So that was a lot of fun.
Dude,
so
nice.
we went, and one of our friends brought this guy along, and he was nice. It was just like a little date, like a first date, I think, or something.
That's cute.
Well, he had this like insane, like he's in the army, I guess. So I don't know what. Anyway, he drives this brand new looking 2020, probably Chevy Silverado. I don't know what it was, but you could tell. You know how you can tell, like with certain like 4Runners, you can tell if it's like a base model or the high trim, like the off-road package, all that stuff. So he had whatever it was. He had that super high-end trim, and I told Katie, I was like, that has to be a $50,000 or $60,000 truck. This dude's 25 years old.
Damn,
right?
dude.
So I'm judging him, and I told him, I was like, man, that's a nice truck. And then after the fact, I was like, what's he doing driving a truck like that, being 25 years old? You know what I mean? Like, so I was judging. I was like, man, if I was the girl on the first date with him, I'd be like, nice car, but also like your finances. Where's and I felt like I was just judging him. I was like, he doesn't seem very, very financially smart to be driving had to be 50 or 60,000. I swear it had to be. So I was just like, man, I'm judging this dude not really on driving the truck because I like trucks. It wasn't like outrageous or anything, lifted up and all that nonsense. But I was definitely judging because I was like, he's like 7 years younger than me and driving that thing like.
And see, it's a little bit easier for us to judge being like in the military because if we see like another military member driving a really nice vehicle, we look at them and we're like, okay, we know your rank, so we already know how much you get paid, whatnot, and that kind of thing. So it's like we can't help but think like, how are you actually paying for it? So is there something else to this that we don't know? So it's really interesting that you brought that up because I mean I get that. I just can't help. I mean I feel like it's a natural thing for people to see a vehicle and they're just like judging whoever is the driver. I mean, especially when we talk about like I was on this road trip and like a car passes by and they got like some ridiculous sticker on the back, and you just can't help like judge the person driving just based on the don't get me started with baby on board signs, by the way. I will judge the crap out of you if you got one of those on you, but now I'm burping. Yeah, it's interesting, dude.
Baby on board.
Target acquired.
Yeah, target acquired. If you have like an Air Force spouse, something on that.
I hate them.
What else? So it's funny because my friend Colton.
Hey, Colton.
He drives a tiny little Fiat 500.
Love it.
I don't.
Already love
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Those little tiny cars. Mm-hmm. So it's fun because a lot of people will look at that and say, you easily want to look at it and kind of be like, aha, tiny car, how weird.
Yeah.
Like, but then you start to think, man. You start to think if he's okay confidently driving that tiny car, he must be the most self-secure person. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it kind of like that. Like your initial reaction is like, why is he driving that tiny little go-kart? And then you start to think, damn, he must be really confident in who he is to not even care.
Yeah.
He just likes the car. So then you start to be like, I respect that. When people just own something like that, like they own whatever kind of judgment that they know they're going to get, but they don't care. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
That's some realness right there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's the same thing whenever you see a dude with a truck jacked up and all this and that loud as can be, then you're like, what are they compensating for? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, what are you trying to say right now? It's like,
are you trying to be that guy or something, or alpha male over here?
Do you have a problem with those kind of people?
No, I judge it. All right, I judge it first off.
Yeah.
But I grew up around all these people, so I know a lot of them. That's just what they love. That's who they are. And as long as I know that, it's just like a dude who likes to yell and scream at Buffalo Wild Wings at the TV. At the football on. It's easy to judge that guy and be like,
peon.
This dude's all about sports and blah, 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 and he's just losing his mind, crying because his team has lost 10 years in a row.
How can you be invested in a team you're not even a part of?
I know. So, but then you start to be like, well, that's just his passion. He's owning it. That's who he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you start to think, everyone's got their little bit of something.
Yeah.
A little bit of that nectar. We all just honeybees trying to get out there and
Sucking sweet nectar. Yeah, and it goes back to not needing to compare yourself against those people that got like the really jacked up nice trucks and the really nice vehicles. You just got to focus on what you have ahead. I had a 2012 Chrysler 200 that I've had it for the last 8 years. And I still have, and it's for sale if anyone wants it. Anyone listening.
See, when you driving something like that, something that's not crazy expensive.
Yeah.
But it's safe and secure and it's affordable. When you drive that for 8 years, I see that and I'm like, that dude is financially smart. That's what I think. And then you end up getting a car like the one you wanted all this time in. You saved up, you whatever. You earned it,
That's how I feel.
That's what I'm saying. I love that.
That's how I feel.
I drive a 2018 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk.
Which you earned from
it's kind of
drunk driver.
It's kind of, a drunk driver hit me in my Wrangler, totaled it. But then it kind of looks like a mom car a little bit. But I don't care. It's got heated seats, auto start. All this stuff. I love it. I don't care what anyone thinks.
I tell you what, I turned on my heated seats the other day just because I had them. I never had heated seats before in my life, and it was 93 degrees outside. Extra warm in the car, you know what I'm saying? Just because I have them.
I love that, man. So, car stereotypes is interesting. It's like you judge someone very quickly, and then you're like, actually, I judge the way people. How about having trashy cars? There's another thing. How about someone with a car with it's just tore up, it's old, the muffler fell off of it. How about those people?
I feel like more times than not, it's not because a person's doing fine and he's just like, this is getting me from A to B, I'm good. I feel like it's just because that's just what they got. That is what it is. They can't really afford a new car or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you have the money to get a new car, in today's age, what's the best way to show that it's all about appearance for everyone, it feels like, So it's just like everyone cares about their own appearance. So they're not going to drive some beat up car from A to B if they have the money to improve their appearance. Because everyone's trying to impress their significant other or impress their friends and impress their coworkers, So, that's kind of my viewpoint. I feel like if you're driving up a banger upper, I have nothing wrong with it. Hey, it's get you from point A to B. That's the purpose of a car. All the bells and whistles is just the way it is, and, people love them. But that's just all that works within your means. I respect that. But I can't help but not the stereotype of seeing that kind of car,
Yeah, I do it. I mean, I judge it. There's like a sweet spot somewhere in there where you're driving something that's new-ish or new, but not the top tier crazy looking thing where you're like, oh, he's bad with money. But then there's like the sweet spot where you don't want to drive like you remember my car I was driving around forever, that Jeep Cherokee, that old one, that 96.
I love that Jeep, that black Jeep.
Kind of banged up thing.
Yeah.
It looked like one of those cars you'd see and that you'd be like, that dude is probably on meth, maybe, because of the shape it was in. You know what I mean? So I know I do the same thing. I see people driving around with banged up cars, and then I think, well, wonder what they're into. You know what I mean? And I don't care because that's where I'm from. I grew up around those people. It's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying there's a sweet spot somewhere in there where you can have something kind of nice but affordable. Maybe it's the Chrysler 200.
Dude, that was crazy for me, man. I'm in the middle of some tech school training. I just needed to get around. So I just pulled it, and it was my first time buying a car, and I swear, like, I test drove it, and I was like, where do I sign? And it was stupid because I didn't even try to, like, haggle or anything. It's a dealership close to base, so, of course, they're going to try to be a little higher, whatever. Learned all that kind of stuff. But, yeah, I just needed it, and now, hey, it still works. Yeah. So why would I go out and buy a new car if it's still, it's been lasting me the last 8 years, that kind of thing,
I'm the worst at haggling. Like, I just want to get it over with.
I'm too polite, too.
I just want this. Yeah, I am, too. I'm like, I want to make this as quick as possible. I want to get in and out of here.
Yep.
Just please.
Yep.
I just want this over. So, do you remember how much you bought your car for back then?
I think it was 26.
Yeah.
I think.
That sounds about right. What year is it?
It's 2012, so I bought it in 2013.
13? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
A little four-cylinder, a little putter. Yeah.
Dang, man. You did it.
I did it.
You kept that thing running so good.
Dude, it's still
Man, I
purring.
remember riding around that thing. You turn them lights on, never the beat would come on.
There was that one time, I think, where I just actually turned the car off. We were going like 50 miles per hour, and I turned the car ignition off. Yeah, got some good times in the Chrysler 200 and many more times to come. Let me ask you a question.
All right.
Throughout your driving process, has there ever been a time where you just didn't want to wear seatbelts, or you felt like you didn't want to waste the time, put them on, or like have you always just been like, I'm gonna click it right when I get in, and it's just like you don't even think about it, you know?
Oh no, dude! I grew up like when I was like 15.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first when I was like 15 to 18, I drove around where I'm from with no license. I didn't get my license until I was 18. I didn't get it because no reason. I just didn't want to go. I tried getting it. I tried getting my learner's permit once when I was 15. I didn't study. I went there and I failed. And I was like, forget this. I ain't going back. So I just drove around my bum town for 3 years. In my family, they had this old Toyota Camry. And they just kept it. And, you know, it was just running. So I drove around. Just illegally. And my mom, I remember she was always like, she never liked it, but my dad didn't care. But yeah, I didn't wear seatbelts forever. And then, I don't know, I guess when I started I got my license finally, then I started driving out of the town, which I don't even live in the town. It's like a village, basically. I drove out of there, so I was like, well, it's seatbelt time. Isn't that crazy? Because I was like, there's no cops around. That was my concern for the seatbelt.
Not safety.
Where I'm from, there's no cops around. Yeah, safety. That's not why I put it on. I only put it on so I won't get a ticket. But now it's the opposite. You know, you get older, you start realizing how easily you can get hurt.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, definitely. As soon as, like, I get in the car and Katie, like, she'll be looking at her phone, something, and put her seatbelt on. Put your seatbelt on.
Yep.
You know, so I'm like safety nerd all of a sudden. But, like, yeah, when I was a kid, 15 to 18, I drove illegally, man. I was no seatbelt as well. Wild, man.
That's interesting. I found today I learned, hey, shout out to you, Reddit thread.
Here we go.
The seatbelts, they started appearing in cars in the 1940s and 50s, and, you know, all the researchers were saying, you know, this is for safety, put it on everything. But it was such a controversial thing, and it was so new that everyone would actually cut out their seatbelts in the car just because they didn't want them. They'd cut them out.
Lord.
Isn't that crazy to think about? Like, you got this brand new car, and I don't want the seatbelt. This thing is hideous. And you cut it out, and you just start driving around in it. I don't know. Man, they make it impossible now with these new cars where, you know, it just constantly like beeps.
Bings at you.
Yeah, nonstop.
That sounds like some American, super American, don't tell me what to do type thinking.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, very relevant because, hey, we got...
Hey, I'm not wearing my mask.
Exactly.
I knew right where you're going with that.
You and everyone else. And now everyone's like, I ain't wearing a mask. This conspiracy. The government's trying to control us. Wake up, sheeple. All of a sudden, this is some issue with the government. You want to get sick? Hey, you know what? My sister just told me, she texted me yesterday, she tested positive. Can you believe it? My sister.
Wow.
She'll be fine probably. She said she had a loss of smell and some sinuses. Here's the thing I'm worried about. My dad, he's like 77.
Yeah.
So, I'm a little worried, but there's nothing I can do. I'm over here in Alaska. Yeah. Dude, what the hell, man? It's so... I mean, my sister, she lives with my parents, and it's super, super small town. Mm-hmm. And somehow it made its way there.
Somehow she
I don't know if I got it. I could have it right now. I don't know. But I know there was a...
Wear your damn mask,
like a little
people.
flight. There was a flight on base, I think I heard, that had... their whole shop tested positive.
Wow.
That was probably 20, 30 people. So, I mean, we could have it right now. I don't know. And I'm worried. I got my neighbor here. He's Randy. He's my coworker. He's been doing the weather forever. He was retired Navy, did weather for the Navy for 20 years, and he's been working here for probably, I don't know how long he's been here, 18, 19 years. So he's about to retire, but I'm worried about him. Everyone's worried about Randy because he's 65, I think. I don't know, man. It's encroaching in. My sister's got it, so it became suddenly all, like, super real.
No, I get that. A relative of mine, I mean, just got over it, but that's when it's like, oh, because, I mean, you know, you see, like, oh, someone tests positive, you know, someone that you know that knows someone that's got it, but then once it's, like, a relative or a close friend, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
It's still a thing. It's still, and people are still being ignorant with the mask, and people are still saying they're making it so we can't spend dollars and change so the government can track us with their debit and credit. Shut up! Shut up!
Shut up! Man, I don't know what to think about it. It seems insane. Look, I'm all about people having their freedom and their rights and whatever, and not being told what to do. But like, how has this been turned into something so political?
Because it's election year.
I feel like our president hasn't really helped too much, but I don't know. Hey, he did come out wearing a mask at a military hospital. I think he was right.
Yeah,
he was at,
saw that. Yep.
So I guess he respects military hospitals and the people that are there.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on,
But then there's another stereotype. It's like, so if someone doesn't wear a mask over here, does they not respect this one? Or if they wear a mask over here, they respect this one?
Right.
It's just kind of...
I don't know. It's a weird political thing. I don't understand. I don't know what to think. I don't know. I keep seeing stuff all the time, too, that people are like looking at Americans like we're so selfish and wild and whatever. And there's part of me that kind of loves it. I'm like, yeah, forget everyone else. We're America. We do what the hell we want to do. You know what I mean? Like, don't tell us what to do. And we're rambunctious and loud and this and that. And that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
But then now it's like, man, come on. Like, we don't have to do this all the time.
Yeah.
Like, everyone knows we're Americans because we're loud. It's fine.
Yep.
You know, we're proud of it. But then there comes a time it's like, dang, man, this is like a daggum disease running around. And you're trying to make this a political thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
We got some entitled people in this country. They're everywhere. But
they are. But hey, I got this cool koozie. I went to a new barbershop, and my barber gave it to me. Hashtag shout out to Benjamin's Barbershop and Shave Barler. Thanks for the koozie. Keep my banana bread beer. Cool. This is my second one. I opened up another banana bread beer. I'm just having a whole bunch of bananas over here.
I opened up a lemon White Claw. Oh my God.
I love when you open up the claw on the pod.
It's a little bit newer-ish of a flavor, so shout out to White Claw. Sponsor me. You know what? We're going to get there one day. We're going to get sponsored by the White Claw.
Yeah, we are. I totes agree. All right, what else?
I'm excited for the future, man. I'm excited for the future.
Like all the future. I mean, this is just beginning, guys. We just started this podcast the other day. All right, this is the ground floor. You guys are here on the ground floor. It's good times.
I gotta say, here's another thing we was talking about. Don't measure yourself against other people. All right. There's a tendency as well with us doing this podcast. We're going to measure ourselves in numbers and listeners, and this episode didn't do as good as that one. Whatever. What can we do differently? And that's healthy to evaluate. You know, we want to get to the next level. You know, but then it can easily be kind of like we get the stats every week in the email, and we're like, oh man, listeners are going down. I don't know if they are, but I'm just saying, for example, it's going down a little bit here and there. But I gotta say, here's one thing. That's what I'm saying. A personal milestone, man. This is episode 33. 33. You know how many people start podcasts and they do about 5 or 10 and then they're done?
Yeah.
33. Yep.'re coming up on a year here, brother. And I know I wasn't with you from the first, but you started in September. Mm-hmm. And it's about to be August.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, we're about to have a 1-year anniversary.
It's huge.
And that is huge, man. So I think we should plan some kind of giveaway or something. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. But I'm just saying, this is a personal milestone. We aren't measuring ourselves against so-and-so who started the podcast, who's taking off. We're not doing this and that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We're playing. We are the main player in our world. The world revolves around me. The world revolves around Justin. This is our world.
That's right.
So we ain't measuring ourselves. We ain't going to waste our time. I ain't going to waste no time. I know how good we're doing. I feel good about this. Success is a journey, not a destination. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, 33 episodes in, we've made some incremental improvements. We're getting there. You know what I'm saying? We got this nice camera stuff going on. You know, and Justin, I got to send you something camera related. I forgot. I got to know.
I'm really excited about that. But yeah, for those that don't, go check. Hey, if you haven't, go check out the YouTube channel. go check out mine and Jesse's face. You know, if you're bored, you got nothing to do, and you're just hanging out, or you're cleaning your house or something, just throw up the YouTube, throw up our video, and you can hear us talk, and you can see us, you know, actually react, you know, instead of just hearing our voices. It's a good time. Jesse puts in some serious time with the video editing, and you know, he actually works hard, you know, to put these YouTube videos up. So let's do him a favor, you know, and check him out a little bit, you know, because it's a good time. But yeah, you mentioned the pod, and listen, I love it. I have a great time, and every time it's podcast day, I get excited. I get excited. I said it. But no, seriously, to still see people, just the other day, D Brown, God, I never met you, dude, but I swear I have so much love for you, dude. So much love for you. And every time he does some kind of like shout out, for the pod, you know, and I'll always share it on the Brew Your Mind story. So if you plug us at Brew Your Mind Pod on Instagram, I'll make sure you get on our story, you know, a little shout out. And then Brandon, you shout out too. I love it, man. Keep the shout outs coming. It's great to see the listeners getting engaged, listening, sharing, and letting people know that they're enjoying it. And Tev's always doing it too. That Crown Supply times Brew Your Mind. It's a good collaboration, you know, and I'm loving it. Yeah, we're gonna do something fun this one year. You know, we'll have to do another live IG, little pre-episode live IG. Get some questions from some people. Because last time we did that was fun, man. We had like 15 people come in there and just start talking to us. It was a good time. I enjoyed that, and then you'll be down here in the good old Southeast later this fall, and then we'll have some live pods and some beach bods and some.
Bruh, I'm working on it.
Bruh.
Dude, I've been watching some strongman. You talking about motivation. I've been watching some. I came across, have you ever heard of Eddie Hall? He's UK.
I think so.
Robert Oberst. Man, these guys are like top tier, basically, strongmen. And I've been watching them do some of their things. They all got YouTube channels and stuff. It's really motivating to watch because you watch it and you're like, it's just like a really good YouTube channel. You know, you just, oh man, like I watch some that do their cinematics and their editing. Oh my God, so perfect. And I just get motivated to like, you know, want to make a short little cinematic thing, a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I'm on fire. That's what I'm talking about, motivation.
Yep.
And then you watch some strongmen, you know, do their thing. You're like, I feel like lifting weights now. You know? So I like that. I like finding that. A couple people I like. You ever heard of that? You ever watch that dude? I don't know his real name. Juji Mufu or something? He's got like real long, he's a huge guy, but he's got like real long, blonde, curly hair. He's got a great channel. Funny guy. And then there's I don't know, man. I ain't gonna talk about YouTube. There's so much. I'm just saying, like, you get on there, you find something you resonate with.
Yeah.
It's gonna motivate you. You're like, man, I don't feel like doing nothing today. And then all of a sudden, you watch a couple of those videos. You're like, man, those people are doing it. They normal, average people like me. They work their jobs. They still do all this and that. And they're striving for greatness, and they achieving it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, I love to see all kinds of people like that. They're doing some great things, and they encourage others. You know, even Tev starting out it's motivating to see him just start out his little clothing brand out the blue. And then, you know, just to see, you know, he shares all that positivity all the time. All of it. And it's like, man, that's infectious. And those are the circles you need to get yourself in, really. Entanglements.
Yes.
Shout out to Jada Pinkett Smith with the entanglements. You seen all that nonsense that happened with her and Will?
Yes.
I don't know much about it, but Lord of mercy. All I know, she was like getting something going on with a young man, probably young Jaden's age.
Yeah.
And then blah, 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 blah. And here's the fun thing. Entanglement. You flip the script real quick. All right, imagine Will Smith doing that with a girl that was the same age. Would he have been canceled? He probably wouldn't have no more movies going on. I'm just saying.
Entanglement.
You know how good Will is. I don't know. Just saying. I don't know.
Yeah.
Troubling.
Well, listen. we'll save that story for a different day. What else you got? You want to shut us down, Jesse? Is there anything you want to say before we close it out?
Just saying, Kevin Hart, listen to that podcast. There's a couple of them, but I think it's the more recent one you're talking about. I think he was on there twice.
The one from May, I think.
Yep. Listen to that. Kevin Hart and Joe Rogan podcast. There are a few in there. I'm not like mega huge on Joe Rogan either. I love it because he's so diverse. But then sometimes, there will be something he has on there that will resonate with you. And then Kevin Hart got on there, and that dude has had a not perfect life.
Yep.
He's had a lot of trouble. He's been, he's had a lot of trouble with his ex-wife and infidelity and all this nonsense.
Yep.
He's got a very interesting life. Yeah.
Tough beginning. Yep.
Tough beginning. And the fact that he has a lot of reasons to be jaded and to make excuses and to not be optimistic, blah, 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 blah. And he's not. I mean, that's, you can hate on the guy all you want because, I think a lot of people have a tendency to hate on people that are successful in that mainstream. Mm-hmm. But when you listen to him talking, you realize exactly how he thinks and the person he is. You see how hard he works and how focused he is. I mean, I don't know, man. And it's fun to watch him and like The Rock. They're a close relationship now. Mm-hmm. And The Rock, everyone knows that dude also kills and works hard.
Oh, yeah.
So those are the type of people that you need to, get locked in with. Those type of people that would just bring you up and again, view it like a game. Don't start comparing yourself to The Rock. I'm sure he could do that. He's short and not that big, not strong,
Yep.
Whatever. But instead of comparing himself, he just said, I'm attracted to this guy because of what he's doing, the success. I want to be on that level. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you start to evaluate your circles that you're in. You start to picture your life, you envision where you want to be. What's the things you've been dreaming of? Have you been dreaming of getting into shape, but you just can't do it? Have you been wanting to be a bodybuilder? You want to be in like a marathon runner, but you just can't do it. You want to be a musician, but you don't know where to start. You want to be like getting into pictures, but you're intimidated because all these photographers are so good. Where do you want to be? Where do you envision yourself? Start to lock yourself in with those people that are working hard and get right in there. You can do it too. You just got to believe in yourself. You got to gain that confidence because it's in there. It's easy to lose and it's hard to gain. But once you gain that confidence and you believe yourself, you start to view yourself as I am Kevin Hart. I am like that. We all have that in us. I am like The Rock. I can work that hard. You start to, like we've talked about before, basic training. Like when I went there, I felt like it was like something, there was like a key that unlocked something unknown in me when I got there. And I started to see this whole different side, this image, that I didn't know existed, this intensity. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The one that was loud and leading it, wanting to go harder than the other guys. I had no clue. I didn't play sports in school. But then you start to realize, man, I'm not just one-dimensional. We can tap into these things. You just got to put yourself out your comfort zone. And whatever you're dreaming of doing, find those people that are there. Or they're going there too. And then you get on that trajectory. You know what I mean? Just saying. I don't even remember how I started that speech. There we go again.
Hey, we're going to end it there. Listen, I couldn't have said that better. All that Jesse just said, I echo, okay, because that was great stuff. Well said, Jesse. Well said. Thank you guys so much for listening to us again this week. We'll be back with you another 2 weeks from now with some more things to ramble about and some more things to randomly fire you up and get excited and more things to drink. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. I hope you guys are awesome. Stay safe and don't forget to brew your mind.
See you guys later.